Alright, we're going to be watching Comical, who's playing Reinhardt on Midtown. This is Platinum 5. I don't know if it's PC or console. Hello, I'm a new player to Overwatch 2 who's been playing for the past month. I've been maining Reinhardt with some D.Va for certain matchups and maps. I want to improve my Reinhardt gameplay, and while I can spot some of my flaws, I would like the opinion of more experienced players so I can know what to focus on. This match felt close, yet there's something I'm not fully grasping on Reinhardt. I do feel as though if there was some issues with the team synergy, I tried comms, but most were in call. Though I also know that as part of the team, I am also part of why we lost. So for starters, I would say don't even worry about comms. Like seriously, don't even worry about comms. Like if you want to engage with comms, it's fine, but don't expect anyone to ever listen to you. It's honestly lucky if they do. Just do your own thing, right? The vast majority of the game can be played with zero communication, just from game sense and understanding like what you need to be doing right now to help your team win. I pre-watched this video. I'm not going to do a review in the whole entire thing, so this is going to be another mini review. I'm going to highlight probably two things. Number one, understanding when and where, where and what you need to be doing at a moment in time, which you could also add when on that, right? So when, where, and what. When you should be doing it, right? Where should you be doing it? What should you be doing? And then the second thing is keeping yourself alive, right? And being careful not to push too hard when you're low on health. And watching this overall video, I suspect you're probably mostly improvising your Rein play. Like you just started picking up Rein and just started playing it. I would strongly recommend that you watch my video guide to Reinhardt, even if you watch only like the first game, to see how different our play style is in terms of like the aggression, the fire strikes, choosing when to charge, what to spend the time on doing. I think that will help level you up a lot, just with like a little bit of like experienced play that you can kind of observe and hear someone talk through like why they make the decisions that they do, because there's a lot of like kind of relatively basic mistakes or decisions that you make that are wrong that I think you would benefit from just like briefly watching another video in addition to Reinhardt techniques, but that's fine. So you can come and start here. No reason not to shield. I don't know why you're just staring. Just go out here, right? Just go. Like it's your job to go. So you don't need to do this turn. There's virtually nobody ever here, ever. But if you want to do this, you can shield and then use third person peeking, shield peeking, right? While you hold down shield, look to the side. If you don't know the technique, I will link the guide for that. But you can do that so you don't slow down. Time is important, okay? You need a sense of urgency when you play tank. You got to get going, right? You got 4 minutes to cap this point. Whatever time you got left over, you got to use that to cap the next point, and you got to use that to cap the next point, and so forth, right? You got to get moving. You got to go, right? Go, 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 go. So you don't want to be taking wide angles as Rein, okay? I don't want to be taking this route. I just want to go straight forward, push the next corner. As Rein, I'm always thinking, am I attacking somebody? If so, great. If I'm not attacking somebody, am I trying to attack somebody, trying to get close to someone to attack them as soon as possible? If so, great. If not those two things, am I refreshing my health or shield so that I can do number one or number two? Those are pretty much the only three things you'll ever be doing as Rein. You're either hitting somebody, getting to them so you can hit them, or refreshing your health and shield so that you can do number one or number two. And you're going to spend a lot of time not doing any of those three things, and that's going to what really hurts you here. So right now, again, see if you take it the straight route, this Lucio never dies because you'd be straight in front of him. So now you're down to your Lucio. You start blocking, which is a mistake. Rein's shield is not for your team. I know it seems that way, but that is not the way to play Rein. I know it's incredibly deceptive and misleading. Rein's shield is not for his team. It is for you. The shield is to protect you, to kill the enemy team. The shield protecting your teammates is incidental. Okay? Does that mean there's never a time to shield your teammate? Like if they pop high noon, for example? No, that's obviously not the case. But 95% of the time, if you just play selfishly with shield and use it only to protect yourself, you will actually do better than trying to shield off your team. Because I'm pretty sure what you're thinking right now is I'm going to shield and my team is going to kill them. That is not going to happen. Okay, especially with your Lucio dead and with Mei and Reaper at this range, no one on your team is going to do any damage against their poke lineup. Okay, like nothing is going to happen right now. You have to push this if you had a fifth person. Since you don't have a fifth person, I would just hold this corner, fire strike through, and chill for now, and wait for the Lucio to come back. Because Lucio's going to be back in like 10 seconds. Okay, no big deal. Right, yeah, just chill. Okay, Mei's dead. Unfortunate, happens, right? It's kind of her job to stay alive right now. This is a waste fire strike. Don't waste fire strike to kill turrets. Let somebody else do it, right? Just ping it. Okay, pinging very useful, right? You don't have to say anything constant, just ping it with your middle mouse button, right? And then use fire strikes to try to farm ult charge. You have to farm shatter as fast as you possibly can. Very, very important. Again, your Lucio's gonna come back out. Now you're waiting for your Mei. So you're not letting your shield charge fully, okay? See, shield's at 338. You don't need shield right now. No one needs to be shielded. You don't need to be shielded. That's fine. You do not need to be pushing with shield right now. One Sigma attacking you is not going to do anything. Do not shield right now. You need that full shield right now. Okay? You also need to wait to get fully healed. That was a fire strike. That was bad. You need to get fully healed, Hal. You should not be pushing. Just literally any bit of patience. Just wait like 3 seconds for your Ana to heal you up to full, and then you're good. So, now we see that you have made a mistake because you are pushing without full health and without a healthy shield. And thus, this push is already doomed. Okay? The opposing team is going to blow you up so fast. Now, fortunately, they don't do this right away because this is low plat and nobody really knows what they're doing. But I'm telling you, at higher ranks, you will get instantly murdered right now. And you're going to see that you get stuck in a situation where you're sitting in the middle of the road. And remember the 3 things you should be doing is right. 1, attacking people. 2, getting towards them to attack them. 3, resetting to heal up your health and shield. What you're doing right now is none of the 3 things. You see? You standing here with the shield in the middle of the road is completely useless. Alright? This is what you do. You sit here, get health, get shield. Great. You shield. Shield hop, right? That's another technique that you should pay attention for the guide, right? Shield hop, shield hop, shield hop, shield hop, shield hop. Great. If they're still in range, attack them. Most likely they've backed off to here. Great. Chill here for a second. Wait 5-6 seconds for shield to refresh. Great. Now push your shield. Shield hop, shield hop, shield hop. Okay? At this point, they're on the point. Great. Sit here. Chill. Get your shield back. Right? Got shield. Push, 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 push. They die. That's the way you win this. It's like very straightforward, very easy if you know what you need to be doing. You standing here in the middle of the lane is doing nothing. Like, look at it from the Sigma's perspective to understand just how non-threatening you are right now. The Sigma does not care about you or your team. Like, tanks are meant to make space, okay? Which means distract the enemy, allow your team to advance. You are not doing anything right now that is preventing the Sigma from doing whatever he wants. You're just standing there, like, in the middle of the road doing nothing. And this is what costs you a ton of time. I'm quite frankly surprised that you're going to end up capping this first point because you don't really look like you know how to play Reinhardt, to be perfectly honest. Which is okay, like, you're new, right? It's a very complicated game, there's a lot to it. But that's why I recommend you watch a video guide, because it will go into a lot more of, like, what are correct things to do, and show you examples of that way better than what you're doing right now. So, we'll keep watching this, like, a little longer. Again, another bad fire strike. So, look, right? Okay, I'm 1 teammate down. At a minimum right now, I just want chill. I don't want to stand in front of Sigma for him to shoot my shield, okay? Because then my shield doesn't recharge. You holding shield does nothing right now. I'm going to make this very clear. Holding shield does nothing. Just sit around the corner and just save your shield, right? Stop trying to use your shield to always protect your teammates. Your teammates will not be able to kill people with your shield. I'm going to make that abundantly clear. Stop relying on your teammates with the shield to kill the enemy team. It is not going to work. Your goal should be, as the tank, go kill them yourself and figure out how to do that. Extremely important. Oh, you're so lucky you got that Symmetra kill. What the heck? How does the Symmetra die? Where was she? Oh, she gets hit by the May Icicle. That's what kills her. Okay. Anyway, lucky that you get a pick here. So you should be pushing right now, even low, because you'll get healed up along the way. You got healthy shield, right? Use shield right now to reduce damage to yourself. As a good general rule for Reinhardt is when you have no armor, which is about half of your health, you should stop pushing. That is a good general rule as Reinhardt. Don't have armor, don't push. Next thing is when you shatter, do not jump first. I know it seems cool to jump. It is a terrible idea. The reason why shatter comes down the moment you touch the ground, right? It's got like a charge up time and then you have to touch the ground. If you jump, it delays the shatter. Just shatter on the ground. Right? It's much faster to do it that way. So you shatter, and then you have like this delayed reaction. Like, you shatter everybody. Attack right now. Right? Like, why are you running backwards? Like, just attack. If you got a swing in there and before you charge, you would have just killed the Sigma immediately, which means he wouldn't be alive right now, and you wouldn't have to deal with this. And now you get fluxed, and now you see like little things like that make a difference, right? If you immediately after you shatter, just hit the Sigma once and then charge him, he dies when you pin him against the wall, which means none of the following things of this happen. The Sigma doesn't live right now, which means that the Sigma doesn't get the chance to flux you right now, and when he fluxes you, this is going to end up in a lost fight. Right? Now you get fluxed, right? Which also meant beat gets forced, which doesn't help you at all, because you still know where you're going to win this fight. Right? And you swing around, and then you're going to end up dying. Okay? So, we've sort of covered that general idea. I mean, the same problems are going to be present throughout all of your gameplay, okay? So, like, there's no point in me, like, going the next fight, the next fight, the next fight. It's all the exact same things, right? Make sure you have 5, push with health and shield, Okay, push until your shield runs out. If you can still push a little further on your health alone, you can do that. But otherwise, just take that corner, refresh your shield, do it again, over and over and over again. That's the key to winning as Reinhardt at a basic level, right? We're not going to talk about anything complicated here. So we're defending final push right now. Well, actually, there's a lot of time because you did not do a great job on offense. So you have 2.5 minutes here. Extremely unlikely that you'd win this fight. You basically have to win about 4 or 5 team fights in a row, which is pretty unlikely, but it's conceivably possible. You should not be here. You should already be set up top. You should be set up top with your team, preventing them from even getting in to touching the point. And then one person can play back here. Probably the May plays back on cart to prevent the Tracer from capping, and then you let the Widow step up to get picks. So your positioning right now is already incorrect. If I see you here standing on cart as the opposing team, I go up here, I take high ground, and I just shoot at you. Because what are you going to do? You can't attack me, right? You can fire strike me occasionally, but I'm going to dodge it because I'm far enough away that's easy to dodge. I just shoot you until your shield breaks, and I shoot you until you die. That's what's going to happen if you just sit on low ground, right? So that's why you have to take high ground preemptively and deny it to the enemy and give it to your Widow so your Widow can get picks. Sitting here on cart isn't going to do anything. So you attack the Ramatra. You see the Ramatra's kiting you. As soon as this happens, immediately back off because the Ramatra's just pounding damage to you and you're not doing any damage to him. I want to show you just how much damage you're going to take from this Ramatra and getting none in return. So starting from here, Ramatra does 80 damage a punch, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? That's 8 punches in a row. He just did 640 damage to you without you doing 1 damage in return. And that's why it's really important to recognize when the Ramatra's too far from you and he's already begun to kite you. Like, I don't know why you're just standing still right now. Like, stuff is happening. You do a lot of, just take your hands off the controller / keyboard where you're just looking around. Like you gotta do stuff, right? Like you can't just sit here doing nothing. You gotta do something or else you're gonna lose the fight. Anyway, swing, this is fine. Like once this happens, you're no longer catching the Ramatra because Ramatra's faster than you while he's in Nemesis form. Just turn around and find something else to do. Now the question is what else to do? This is tough because you should have been high ground, right? The high ground heroes you can't interact with, which is why you're already out of position. But you could have stepped back here and, for example, shattered right now and gotten the Moira and Tracer and tried to turn this fight around. But instead you waste time fighting the Ramatra, and by fighting I mean just letting the Ramatra hit you, and then you die without using Shatter. So again, lots of things went wrong in the final fight. Starting with your positioning, then with your decision making, and then not using ultimate, I think just dooms your team the whole time. Okay. I'm going to stop there. Hopefully this is helpful. Again, I really strongly recommend you watch the Reinhardt guide. I strongly recommend you watch the Reinhardt techniques video as well.